What's up people and welcome back to another video. I feel like I say this every video, but yes, it's been a while. However, this time I do have a pretty good excuse for not uploading for so long. Back in March, I got a facial palsy where half of my face just got stuck. Something similar to what happened to Justin Bieber. And so I decided not to post any videos. Not because it affected me physically in any sense, but because I had to go clean shaven for the treatment and there was no way I was posting a video looking like that. It also looked terribly weird when I spoke. Yes, even weirder than it looks right now. But anyway, since my face is a lot better now, I decided I'd start posting again. And what better way than to post a little update regarding the channel. For starters, despite not posting for so long, I somehow managed to scam 1000 people into actually subscribing to my channel. While this is not a lot and it doesn't get me monetized as yet, it's actually pretty cool considering how I started and how cringy these videos are. So a big thank you to all of you who have subscribed over the last 2.5 years. But in other news, I caved and bought myself some weights. Now if you're wondering why is that news, let me explain. You see, for the longest time, my main aim with the workout videos has been to show that you don't need a lot to be fit. Now I've never had the desire to become a bodybuilder, but I've always wanted to show that you can lose weight, stay fit, and even put on some muscle without spending too much, doing things out of the ordinary, or even the headache of going to a gym. So while I was never really against weights, I just never saw it as a sole requirement for what I wanted to do. That's why even 2 years ago, I made my own weights at home and even squeezed a very cringy video out of it, and I used them for different exercises along with resistance bands. However, this August I decided it was time for change. Now if you think I bought this because I felt I needed it, you're not wrong, but you're also not right. You see, I didn't feel the need to buy this because I had developed better strength. No, in fact, given my condition, the last 6 months have been very difficult to stay consistent with my workouts. From being told to stop for a month initially to just being a lazy pig, I have been very inconsistent. So why did I buy the weights then? Well, the honest answer is that it was cheap. Actually, even before I bought these, I had begun researching about weights. But I soon found out that there were way too many complications for my obsessive self to make a decision. In an ideal world, I would have loved to buy these Flex Nest adjustable dumbbells. But then when you look at the price, you realize why I didn't. Prior to that, I almost bought fixed weight dumbbells, 2 10 kg dumbbells. Thankfully, I realized that eventually those would also become redundant if I got used to the weight, and so I knew that buying one that I could change the weight was the way to go. So ultimately, in August, during the Freedom Sale on Amazon, I found this set, 40 kgs of weights for 2,600 bucks. This works out to around 65 bucks per kg, which is actually cheaper than the market rate for weights. In addition to this, these were also fully rubber plates, not that garbage PVC plates. While those are cheaper, it's filled with sand. So a little dent here and there leaves you with sand leaking all over the place. And even if you use it carefully, eventually the plastic will get brittle. So at that price, 40 kgs and being fully rubber plates, on top of that it was listed as the brand Kore, which is a pretty decent brand in India. It was a no-brainer really for me. In terms of the quality of the weights that I bought, that's another story entirely. I did kind of get scammed here, in the sense that the weights are clearly not the brand that I ordered. Firstly, the delivery was terrible. All the marks that you can see on the plates right now came from all the bashing that it took during transit. Also, this is another reason why I preferred rubber weights, because had I bought PVC plates, these would already be broken by the time they reached home. And while the plates are accurate in weight, they were clearly not in the best condition. The rubber looks old and sheds very easily, and there is a significant wear and tear where the plate meets the rod. So because of this, I looked a little closer, and that's when I found out something very surprising. These are actually weights from a different company called HRX. They've basically tried to scratch off the banding and sell it for cheaper. So I did get scammed in terms of getting plates from a different company entirely. However, HRX is a decent brand, so I'm not complaining. In addition, if I had bought these straight off the HRX listing, they would have been much more expensive. My guess is that whoever sold this to me bought off some of HRX's old stock or damaged stock, and that's why it was so cheap. Either way, I'm not complaining. It will serve its purpose, and eventually with the money that I saved, I can buy a barbell and do a lot more exercises. So do I regret my purchase? No. While they're clearly not the best quality, they will last and they will serve the purpose for what I intend to use them. So it didn't really matter which brand it was. Ultimately, I got 40 kgs of rubber weights for less than market rate. So quick little update from the future. I realized I didn't talk about the handles at all. They're pretty basic handles and the grip section is plastic. Unfortunately, even the locks that are meant to hold the weights in place are also plastic, and they screw onto the handle for a snug fit. But because they are plastic, the grooves of one of these nuts has already worn off. As you can see, with a slight pull, the lock comes off. Now this is not ideal, so I had to resort to putting tape around one section of the handle, and this way the lock doesn't come off. But if you plan to buy one, make sure you get steel locks instead of these plastic ones. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Make sure you drop a like, leave a comment letting me know what you think of my decision, and make sure you subscribe so that hopefully in the future I can buy some decent stuff after I get monetized.